Hello everyone. Today I wanted to go over some things that I wish I did differently when starting magic. I'm hoping that this video will be something that can help you if you are just starting out. I've been practicing magic for about a decade now, and there's definitely some things I wish I did differently when I was first starting out that would greatly improve my magical practice as it is now if I had started this sooner. The first one that I wish I started was having a dedicated daily practice. I think this is very important for anyone, not even just starting out, just anyone to have a daily magical practice. Now, a simple daily practice can just be the lesser ritual, the pentagram, invoking in the morning and banishing at night, and then the middle pillar ritual. Both of these rituals are easy to find instructions on how to do. However, my recommendation would be the book Golden Dawn Magic by Chick and Sandra Cicero. That would be a great reference if you were wanting to run those particular rituals. If not, again, there's so many videos on those rituals and articles online on how to perform those rituals. But just starting doing those every day will help you tremendously in the long run. Now, when I first started out, the only time I would really do magic would be just for random things if I needed something, like a lot of people do. The only sort of consistent ritual I had was a different banishing ritual that I would do not even every day, maybe once a month, honestly. So it wasn't very consistent and it didn't help my progress at all. So it's definitely something I wish I took a bit more seriously when starting out. And as I was saying, the only real times I would do magic was for just random things if I needed something, like a money spell or something. Which brings me to my second point, is doing rituals or spell work before you have a foundation. I think once you start doing magic, that's the first thing anyone wants to do. They want to get into what they consider to be the most exciting, which is doing spells and rituals. However, doing this can actually stunt your magical development. And I will give you the example for me. When I started doing magic, I was actually very good at it. Whenever I would do a ritual for something, I would get it. And it would be very quick result when I did get whatever the ritual was for. What this did was actually halt my spiritual development because I wasn't focused on that. Since I was just being able to manifest anything I want through magic, I didn't see an importance in doing the foundational work, which is a bit of a problem down the line. Now, when I started doing this foundational work within magic, I started doing magic for specific things less and less. I still occasionally will do a ritual if I absolutely need something, but the amount of rituals I do is maybe one a year at this point, besides like my daily practice and other sort of rituals for spiritual growth rather than mundane desires. This is for two reasons. One, I am no longer as obsessed with material possessions as I was when I was starting out, just through my development. And two, anything I do want, I tend to now get anyways, through doing just magic for spiritual growth. My mundane life kind of morphed around that. So I'm in a position where if there's something I want, it's not hard for me to get anyways. And this is a very good benefit to working more on to the spiritual side rather than just casting for mundane things. You see that your life improves dramatically anyways. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is having a mentor or just someone in general, or even a group to guide you through doing magic. This is very helpful when starting out, having someone who went through it already, who can guide you that way. Now, one thing that I've talked about in my previous videos were I did recommend 2 courses on magic, the Kabbalah magic book, and the one I prefer, the self-initiation into the Golden Dawn tradition, which is the course I used to learn magic. However, I also do like Initiation into Hermetics by Franz Barden. That is also a fantastic course. Having a course on magic will also help with everything mentioned previously, which is why I do think that that is an excellent way to go when starting out with magic. Just be sure the course you use is a decent one. You don't want to get into a course that teaches you nothing. So the 3 I mentioned are good, but I would still advise that you seek other opinions other than my own to make sure that those would be something you were into. But yes, this has been more of a shorter video this time, but I did think this is an important one nonetheless, of just things that I would recommend doing for new practitioners. Now, obviously, you don't have to do everything. I said if you just take one of these things, I would say the daily practice would maybe be the most important, just so you're doing something consistently. Other than that, I do hope you found the information in this video useful, and I wish you all well on your magical journeys.